Yeah, man. So, what's up, man? How's your Thanksgiving? Was everything good?
Yeah, everything was cool. Ate a lot of good food and stuff. Chilled.
What did you have to eat? Was it the same, you know, the basic Thanksgiving dinner, or did you guys have anything different this year?
Now we had the basic Thanksgiving dinner. That's the best part of it. Staying with the tradition, turkey stuff. And we didn't do the ham though, but it's good. We should have did the ham, but
I didn't realize a lot of people don't really
no,
celebrate Thanks. They don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, so they just,
well,
call it either Friendsgiving or just hang out with their friends or family.
all right. Well, hey, you gotta give thanks, man, for the
Now,
year.
do you think that there should be a different connotation, or do you think there should be a different instead of calling it Thanksgiving because a lot of people now are, everyone's woke now, so everyone thinks about what really happened during that time period. So do you think they should change the name because they're, taking down memorials and taking down statues of like past Confederate, officers and things of that nature? Do you think they should just change the name of Thanksgiving?
Nah, it's a part of history, and it doesn't have to change the name. Everybody can just have a different meaning of it. Like, say, for instance, instead of thinking about the past stuff and the hard, you just give thanks that we came all this way and were able to sit down at the table as a family and eat and enjoy a good meal. That should be the actual meaning of it. But yeah, I know the woke people make it about all kinds of other stuff, but it's all good though.
Oh yeah,
You know,
we love
it's
everyone just the
history.
same.
Yeah, it's history. It's a part of our history, and even though it's a dark part, it's there. Hey
Gotcha.
man,
Okay.
hey, now for reals though, like what did they say? There can't be no, there isn't no darkness without any light, right?
Or you mean there's no light without darkness?
There's no light without darkness, right?
Okay.
So yeah, although the night comes, the sun always, the sun will always come up.
It
So,
always prevail.
um,
Yeah. What if it's a rainy day? I mean, you woke up this morning and you guys got dumped on with snow. So where was the light at?
shit, it was the snow. It was the snow because when you go outside and it's like it's different because it's weird out here in Oregon because I get all 4 seasons. Sometimes I get them in a one day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So right here in Klamath, yes, we get like it could go from being like 75 degrees to like, you know, 50 and raining, then go up to like, 62, and then go to at nighttime, it'll go down to like 30. And if it rain again, it'll snow.
That's crazy.
So the weather changes like that.
Yeah, it kind of
But
reminds me a little bit of like Hawaii, where it's like a nice sunny day, and all of a sudden it's like just a downpour. You're like,
yeah,
so
like
you know what I'm saying? Now you're all soaking wet. So then, about a half hour later, it's sunny again. So you dry off. It's like, what is up with this?
that's why people be musty out there.
They ain't got the right antiperspirant on. Just
Yeah,
need to get
that's
out of
it.
here.
Like, now to get washed off, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to carry it around with you, yeah.
Oh
That got to be a
man,
part of. That got to be a part of your. What is it?
your regimen,
Yeah, yeah, yes.
the wash your ass
Wipe,
regimen.
wipe. Put some deodorant on after every downpour. And
You just keep
but
deodorant, just a stick in your pocket. Like, oh, all
yeah,
right, cuz just
yeah, yeah. Just one of them little travel sticks, man. You just dab it up. You know what I'm saying? Right after the rain, 'cause you know it's gonna get hot again.
oh,
So,
shit.
but I wanted to say this too, man. So, like, yeah, I was saying, sometimes at night, I go out in the backyard and it's like pitch black, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't see anything. And I had to put, one of those motion lights back there.
Hmm.
So, like, it'll come on when we go back there. Cause I let the dog go back there and before I had the motion like nigga, he was back there scared of the motherfucker, you know what I'm
You look around like
saying?
hearing noises. Who that?
Yeah, he'll go back there and it just like, pitch black and he'll just stay at the he'll just stay at the gate and just be sitting there whimpering and stuff. So I got that motion light to put it back there, but nigga, it snowed, man. It was so like lit up back there, not with no light, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all bright and shit. You could walk around, you could see everything. You know what I'm saying? Because the snow's like, with it being pure white.
Oh, so
with
so
it, with it being pure white, you know what I'm saying? You go out there and
you see everything when it's pure
yeah.
white, huh? Oh shit, that's how we started.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Then let's kick this off. And welcome back to Talking About the Hours. We're your host, TJ Dollar Sign Bay, and your boy Aloysius Alan Poe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you come up with that.
Oh man, while I was on the toilet, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, Aloysius, you know what I'm
I was
saying?
about to say, nigga, you running with that $T one. Yeah, that was just a funny thing to put on Facebook.
Okay, my bad. I thought that was your new moniker, man. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
no, no, no. It's just T still. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
You know.
And welcome to season 3, y'all. Hey, you know,
Um,
could you
Happy
imagine?
Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, happy
It's just
Thanksgiving, happy
passed.
holidays to
Well,
y'all niggas,
now,
man.
now, technically, we'll say now because it is December now. It's okay to start celebrating Christmas. But man, we can't be passing over Thanksgiving, man. Just because it did have a dark past, you know what I'm saying? It could have a bright future. So,
Like the snow.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Just
Pure
spring,
white snow.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just sprinkle some snow on Thanksgiving, and there you go. But on the real, man, like 3 years. Well, not 3 full years, but this is the start of season 3. So
Which is technically 3 years. And damn,
yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking about completed. You know what I mean?
yeah, we trying to keep leveling up though, but it's crazy when you think about it because we came from doing it on just we was actually recording ourselves, but we never put the video out. It was
Right.
just us talking on Spreaker and stuff. And shout out to Spreaker. Thank you guys for everything you've done.
Most
I
definitely.
really appreciate that. That was the
Spreaker, Spotify.
building blocks. The
Yeah,
building
man.
blocks.
Hey, we got some good episodes on there though. I still go back and listen to the one about how we talk about
Yeah, yeah, man, yeah.
but definitely, man.
Came
Thank you
along.
guys, man. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure T's as well, man. Thank you guys for sticking with us, kicking it with us, for at least a good 45 minutes to an hour every week. And we will be doing this weekly. We still need to figure out what day we should drop on. I'm thinking like Sunday, man, because there's nothing really going on Sundays besides like
You tripping.
football,
Yeah,
So
yeah. I watched that all day.
yeah, but
So
I mean, you can, let's say,
nah,
all
yes, nah.
right, let's say if the Raiders are playing the 49ers, are you gonna watch that game?
I peep it. Well, it depends because they play, with us having red zone, it
True.
switches from, every other game. Thank you, red zone, for doing that
Yeah,
because that's the greatest NFL team that y'all ever came out with.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely is.
That shit is, man. But I will say this, man, last week, man, and I'm sorry if I say I'm biased or whatever, man. The Chiefs game was on and they wasn't showing shit of it, cuz I was kind of like, man, what's going on, cuz? Like, y'all want to go and see my Chiefs, cuz, just
Who
because
are they
we
playing?
playing a battered Rams team.
That's in
So, I mean, but still, cuz, like, to a Chiefs fan, you know what I'm saying? He's paying his, who's paying is a subscription for the thing, and you like, what I'm saying, you want to see your team, but just like I know you got to see the well, I don't know if the Bears. Well, I did see a lot of the Bears earlier.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, earlier, but once Fields got hurt,
yeah,
they
oh
won't be on
man,
they won't be on red zone anytime soon. I'm
right.
wondering. I know Sunday we play Green Bay, and normally that's a Sunday night game. But I'm
Right.
wondering if they're going to flex that game out.
Flex it.
Yeah, bringing like uh two better teams because right now Green Bay sucks, the Bears suck, Fields isn't playing.
Nah, man. That's what the schedules did. They their only way they'll change that is because if like a act of God, like weather or something like that. And I believe, well, is it in Lambeau?
No, it's in
No,
Chicago,
it's well that actually doesn't matter because both stadiums are open. So if it don't snow, they still got to play.
but it's not even the
But
snow aspect. It's just the fact that
hey, man, it is what
what
it
I'm saying is,
is. Because
yeah, but
nobody expected the Packers in Chicago to be what they are now.
well, I did. I mean, I already knew Chicago wasn't
Even
going to
the
be.
Packers,
I didn't. Well, the Packers, no. I thought the Packers would be better. My only thing is that you got to think about ratings. So a lot of people, since they know both those teams suck, they're not going to watch that game. So why not flex it to two teams that America will watch? You know what I mean?
uh, um, then they would have to change up everything, like the whole broadcast. That those
But no,
people would have to
I
go
mean
somewhere else.
they flex
They,
games. I mean they have flex games in the past though. It's not like this will be the first time they ever switch a game.
Now, man, I want to see the Packers versus the Bears.
Oh yeah, you just want to okay, yeah. You just want to see the Packers win so you can talk shit.
Nah, not at all.
Hey,
It's all
hey,
right. I do FanDuel on the games, single games, and I have a possibility of winning about 1,000 to you know $5,000. So
I am pretty happy to see Watson. He's actually getting more
yeah, man,
comfortable. He's starting to ball, man.
yeah, man.
That's
I
gonna be
don't.
that's gonna be scary.
I know we had that episode on Deshaun Kelsey. What he did was hella suspect. I'll just let me say that again, but
No, 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 no. I
I'll
mean
just
Watson.
wait.
I mean Watson, the receiver from Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I was just,
if you want ratings, that's the game that they should flex.
well, it doesn't matter. That's already gonna be on TV.
I know, but what I'm saying is if that's like Sunday night prime time, that would be the
So,
game for. Oh, you know what they should have did? They should have saved that for like Christmas Day.
man, anyway, yeah.
Hey, did you hear? Okay, real quick, let's go off the subject. But did you hear that the lawyer of the women that accused Deshaun of his acts, I guess their lawyer is buying tickets to the game so they can all be in the stadium and watch the game.
What, depressing or something? Or
I guess my thing is if you're really affected by this person, why are you going to the game?
that was my thought. Depressing. Like there wouldn't be no other reason, like unless you was lying in court.
Unless you just want more attention.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they want attention because of what happened, but it's like what is the use or what's the point of even going to the game? If you want nothing to do with this person, why are you still going?
Yeah, have nothing to do with this person.
So all right, all right, all right. So, let's liven up a bit. You know what I'm saying? We back
Go
season three.
Browns.
Season three. Down for the Browns.
I guess. Nah. Anyways, they are pretty they are pretty cool to watch, man. Nick Chubb is pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
He is fun to watch. He's a beast.
he's like he reminds me of Montgomery from Chicago, but stronger
You know what?
in a sense. I mean, because like Nick Chubb, he'll break a tackle, but he'll get like 4 or 5 extra yards. Whereas Montgomery, he'll break like 3 tackles, but only get like 3 yards. You know what I'm saying? But he's still
Mm,
churning his legs, but he's not getting ahead, as
yeah.
as much yardage.
Well, Nick Chubb too, cause I don't even think he I don't even think he exists off the field. Like I think after the games, cause like he literally just disappears.
They
Cause
just
like
power him down, put
nah,
that
yeah,
nigga
yeah, put him up in they put him in his locker or something. Like a hyperbolic chamber or something. Nigga, and he just sit there until the next game, and then he come out because this nigga has no off the field like
antics. Yeah,
issues,
no antics,
like
no issues.
nothing. Cause like you hear like literally next to nothing about this man off the field. Cause like all you do is just see him on Sunday. You know who he is because he be balling on Sunday. Cause and then after that, That's it.
It is what it is, man. I mean, you know me, everything.
That's how that,
Yeah, e-
that's
e-
how I
e-
do
everything with me is like, it's black and white. It's all racial. But do you think in order for a black NFL athlete to become popular or famous, or what I'm saying, to be pushed towards the forefront of the league, do you think they have to have some type of controversy? Whereas most of the Caucasian or other race players, they need a squeaky clean image to get press, to get pushed ahead.
it. All right, I'm gonna do this with you then. Okay.
And my only example is, and I'm not talking about like negative news, but I mean just as far as attitude. So my only example I can bring to this is Deion Sanders, flashy, wearing the jewels, rap videos, music, da da da, always in the limelight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then most other players or most Caucasian players, specifically
Well,
quarterbacks, right? Basically quarterbacks or specifically quarterbacks, they're always clean cut, shaven, not a hair's out of place. They're husbands, they're family men, shit of this nature. You don't hear about them in the club or, you know,
uh, if okay, we're talking along these standards, then I'm gonna go there with you then. Okay, it's because they want it exactly like you said with Dion. They want the flashy black dude, that kind of draws attention to himself and makes himself look like a buffoon.
a
You know
long
what I'm
black
saying?
limousine.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's our culture. You know what I'm saying? And
We got to stop
sorry to
that word,
say,
guys.
well, we can't, man. That's what it is. That that's but and as far as the Caucasian dude, yeah, people want the wholesome, clean cut dude, the all American boy, you know. You see with the family, three kids, the white picket fence, you know what I'm saying? The Honda and the Honda and what's the other one? Like Toyota Highlander in the driveway and shit. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Hey
The
man,
little Skippy the dog running around.
hey,
But
every good
anyway,
hey, but you can't be talking shit about Toyotas though. You know what I'm saying?
but that's how it is. That's if you're
Right.
talking along the lines of what you're saying, that's what. But from my aspect, what I would say is, I mean, you are what you make yourself. Because, like I said, because Nick Chubb goes off the field, because he disappears, because you know what I'm saying, he balls on Sunday. 'Cause that's what every single organization, or like head of organization or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying, team would want from every single player they have on the field. So,
But would they? Like,
hey
okay.
man, I ain't doing all that. Now
I,
I played, I
I,
did go there, but you know
I'm
what I'm
just
saying.
saying.
That's how I'm just saying how I think. Cause
Okay.
like,
Okay, you're right. You're right. Because I was just gonna say, do they really want it that way? Because like you gotta think for at that time period when Deion was drafted to the Falcons, they really didn't have like a dope fan base. So he was the main attraction. So in order, to bring fans in to get tickets, like, hey, you know what to do.
well, nah, it wasn't. Yeah, nobody was doing that for Dion. The reason why the Falcons was happy to get him is because that already came with his package. Nigga, he was doing that in college. You know what I'm saying? He was flashy, trying to, live he was already saying like he's a superstar in college, you know what I'm saying? So he was doing shit to be flashy in college. So that came with his package. So Atlanta Falcons, they was like, okay, yeah, if we bring him here, that's gonna come with him, and that's gonna bring tickets. That's gonna put tickets and people in the seats. So, and that's another thing. I mean, it's two business moves by two different entities that were just one.
Right.
You know what I'm
True.
saying?
I feel
So,
that. I can feel that. That was my question, but all right, man.
but it also did make it for for people. That's how people are seeing it. If you want to be known, if you want to be seen, or if you want to be a superstar in sports, nigga, that's how you gotta look. You know, times change, right? But they also do try to make these niggas bring it back. The NFL more so than NBA because, like, yeah, we already had this conversation with the NBA. The way these niggas dress, guys, is ridiculous, guys. It's borderline crazy, like comical how some of these players dress, and they call it fashion. But the NFL slightly makes you do a little bit, where you got at least wear a suit. You know what I'm saying? Something presentable, yeah. Which
I
you
mean, but
know
yeah,
how we,
it is presentable though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's fashion, it's fashion. Now,
nah,
I
man,
don't.
guys,
Now, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the the kilts, right? I'm gonna call them kilts, right? You don't find that presentable. I'm just meaning as far as fashion, they're the one they're using the popular players to move their brand forward.
true.
Now, tell me, yeah, it's fashion, but tell me when was the last time you walked down the street or drove down the street and saw someone wearing a kilt?
Never, never,
Right. So why
never
does
have I seen a man wearing a kilt unless
it,
he was Irish.
or if it's like a red carpet or you know what I mean? So it really doesn't affect everyday life for us. We can't afford that
Nah,
shit.
man, nah, I never, man, that shit on the red carpet and shit. Yeah, that shit is all right. Whatever.
I can see a
I
problem.
don't
I can see
care.
a problem if
I
there were
don't care
kids.
how they dress. Yeah, that was just let me say that. Yeah, because I don't care how they dress on the red carpet and shit. And what they're trying to get these kids, they're not. Uh, that part I don't think is getting through to the kids of like wearing shit like that because the parents are probably people's parents, and I'm one of them. Just saying, I'm not gonna buy my kid no, like my little boy, a kilt, you know what I'm saying, and he's not wearing it because for his or what is it heritage. So if he's not
Gotcha.
Irish, nigga, he ain't gonna wear no kilt.
But if he's going as like Highlander for Halloween,
Then he wears the Highland kilt. You get my drift out because I think you're trying to just stir up. You trying to stir the more pot where
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
already cooking.
It's season three, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta liven up for these folks out here. But anyway, all right,
Hey,
man.
on to
Um,
what
let's
else? What?
let's push it on to something that you sent me uh about what NASA was doing.
Which one?
Let's start off with the tomato seeds.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, Titan, would you please explain what your evidence was about?
I I gotta revisit it. I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of stuff and taking in a lot of stuff. So yeah,
Uh,
just
that's
go
good.
ahead.
So, while you're looking it up, so basically, what you sent me was NASA. They were on a rocket and sending the rocket up to the moon in order to start growing tomato seeds. And we were talking about, okay, what does that mean? Does that mean are they trying to see if vegetation can grow in space? Which I know that's the obvious answer,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
my
Go
question
ahead.
is why are they starting to or why are they trying to produce vegetation out there? Is there something going on Earth that they're not letting the little man know, meaning us, to where and they're like, all right, this was happening on the moon, so all these top players in this pyramid, get ready to pack your shit up and go to the moon, and then leave the Earth to everybody else.
Nah, man, it's not that. Uh, the reason they're sending tomato seeds to the moon is because there is evidence that, and there is, like they said, like Neil deGrasse Tyson said, there's really extremely, what is it, prevalent evidence that the Mars might have been able to, you know, have water, and
At one point in time.
at one point in time, millions and millions of years ago.
Uh,
So what they're seeing is if they plant those, you know, will they be able to, you know, will it be able to grow?
Suffice, yeah, and grow. Now,
Or
here's
not only just grow, because I believe there's something about tomatoes to where they can pretty much grow anywhere if they're planted or and just have water or something.
Mm.
I think it's something like that. I'm not too sure, but I may be talking out my ass, but that's what I thought I seen. But anyway, so
My quick question on this is okay. So this happened millions and millions of millions of years ago on Mars, right? So
mhm,
it's weird that it seems like we're trying to get back to Mars. Only, and when I say that, so for there are some who think scientifically, and there are some who think biblically, right?
mhm,
Me personally, I'm in the middle.
I'm in the middle as
I
well.
can't say one or the other because I don't know both that well, right? So my question is, or my thought process is, okay, you know how they say that there are aliens, right? So
Right.
what if we were the original aliens that used to live on Mars? We fucked Mars up millions and millions of years ago. And I was like, fuck. So then we was like, we need to find another place. Oh, guess what? There's one right down the street, and we just flew in and took that over.
I honestly already thought that. Been thinking that that is a part of my thought process. So yes,
Because
I believe we're. I believe in some way, in some form, we are all aliens to this planet.
definitely, to me,
But
it's just a fascin. It seems like that fascination with them to go back there. You know what I mean?
right, there is a fashion because I think there might be evidence of that we had somebody or something,
Mm-hmm.
not us, something was there. And then there's also been evidence now out of our solar system. There's a bunch of exoplanets that could contain the same like atmospheric, you know,
Pressure,
atmospheric, not just pressure, but like similarities to Earth.
hmm.
And when they are, because they're sending stuff out now to go visit these exoplanets, and when if they find like the atmosphere is similar to Earth, and when they get there, what I'm saying, they need to make something that can actually go down into the planet and see what's there
Right?
because there's no telling. The man, that shit was that I've been watching that because it's been blowing my mind. There's like there's no telling what could be under the atmosphere. Like, it could be a nigga, what if it was just another, like populated, planet just like this, just motherfuckers just down there just looking just like us.
It was a utopia.
Now, no, no, I don't mean utopia, nothing. I mean just plain like this, nigga. There's cars, nigga. There's buildings, all that shit, just like this.
So you think Mars is cloaked like Wakanda?
No, man, I'm talking, man. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking just you
No,
trying.
because you said, well, what I was saying is you said like you don't know what's underneath the actual atmosphere, right?
Oh, man, well, yeah, okay.
So
So I'm just saying,
so
yeah,
that's why I said kind of like Wakanda.
it could be like Wakanda. It could be shit. It could be like Terminator. It could be like Pleasantville. Like, who knows? But or it could just be some desolate ass, planet with weird ass shit running around on it.
All right, and we're back. Of course, we got to take little commercial breaks here and there to get our thoughts together. So back on our subject about NASA sending these tomato seeds.
Yes, sir.
What else did you find out? I know it just wasn't that article; it was another one as well.
Well, is the exoplanet stuff, and and touching on that, man. It's just, what do you think? Man? You think there is life out there
Um,
beyond our planet?
I'm sure there is, and it's kind of funny too. Like I'm a big movie buff, so you got to think about movies like Avatar, right?
Mm,
To where okay, they come with this mythical planet of these creatures, right?
mm-hmm,
Which is similar to like Earth, but not really. It's like because Earthlings can't breathe the gases, because
Hmm.
their lung, because their lungs aren't capable of doing so.
But the
But
atmosphere is close.
right. So my thing is, how I always say, like, there is some truth within movies. So I'm wondering if they're like trying to prepare people to be like, hey, this is what it is, get on board, or just be left here.
The part that you should gotta like you gotta take notice is of how how we're always going somewhere and try to fuck shit up, take it over. You
Yeah.
know, that's the real thing.
Niggas always want to conquer shit.
Plus, yeah, we're trying to conquer their planet. Oh, and just think about this too: is the their little from the Avatar Part 1, the little tidbits they put in it, like it was a secret mission that all these people went from Earth and nobody knew about it,
Right.
and so like they had this program, it was all undercover, and then how like it took them years to get there, and how they just made it like it was like you feel like if that was going like if you had to go to another planet, like that's how the it made you feel like that's how it would be. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like with movies. So imagine they already have this place set up. So there's already been humans that have been living in coexistence with this other um,
Right.
planetary being, right?
Mm,
And so we're working hand in hand. So by the time it's time for us to get there, we're like, what the, just warped our mind, like, what's going on?
all right.
Some like 10 foot 12, blue nigga just like, oh, what's up, homie? Like, yeah, cause like, yeah, man, LeBron's tight. Like, wait, what?
Well, remember technically they speak it like they be like oop, ah, oop, oop, dork. Oop, oop, oop. You gotta have a language translator, and then you'll be able to listen. And so they just be making sounds. We be making sounds to them.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It'll just sound like
Like we're
us trying
both
to,
just talking gibberish at each other.
right, just us, speaking to, another country or like another, like us going to Africa
And then what
and
I
they don't know how to
always
speak.
believe, right? What I always believed was real. It was too, like, say if we did come across some alien being like that, because they was trying to communicate with us, and he was just big as hell, because like say one of the Avatar creatures. If they don't understand us right, because what's to say that they don't just immediately just be like, blah, slap the hell out of us because just because you know we're frustrating them
Probably
because
just
they
like say
can't
something,
understand.
say something.
Nah, I mean, he's saying that he's speaking in his native tongue and you speaking in your English. They
Right, but
don't.
he's
You
getting mad
don't.
at us though. He's getting mad. It's like,
Yeah,
hey
he's
man,
mad.
you don't speak the
Yeah,
language? How can you don't speak the
yeah.
language?
He's
Right,
speaking in his. He's saying that in his language, and then he's like, "How you don't know this language?" You know what I'm saying?
right.
And then he smacked the hell out you because he's frustrated.
You gonna fight?
I mean, if you live, say if they 10 foot, like if they is 9 feet tall, cause and
That hand
that
slap.
skinny, yeah, and that skinny, and that hand slap was like a, you know, it was just like a regular punch,
Slap your whole
Yeah, I'm gonna
body like
tussle with it,
wow.
yeah. Like, nigga, I don't care how tall you is, yeah. Like, come here, bring your ass over here. Yeah. I'm gonna
Wow.
grab his leg, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is
But
ridiculous.
I mean, that's a good to think about because there's a lot going on in this world too, where we may have to end up trying to leave this damn planet anyway.
Hmm.
You
That's a
know,
good point. Very good point. I think so. I mean,
because yeah, I mean, whether it be like I said, some act of God that comes and does it, or we do it to ourselves gradually by time.
it's
Either
funny.
way.
I mean, we both have older parents, right? And
Mm-hmm,
and my mom is really, really, spiritual. And it's like, yeah, the day's coming, the good Lord is
mm-hmm,
coming. I'm like, okay, I know that. But how many years have we been saying that he's coming? It's like, what else needs to be proven for him to come down?
Hey man, I don't think he's coming yet. I think he gonna come right before, like he said, the day of destruction, the day the world is about to be, you know, is about to meet Armageddon, the end. That's when our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and God Himself will come will send Him down to save us.
And well, this was to save everyone, right?
Or, I mean, not us. He will save. Suppose I don't think believe it's what the Christians say, or it's.
Right.
I believe anybody who's been good and and lived their life to like you know be good or whatever. He gonna take us.
Have you seen that movie? This is the end.
I mean, people make mistakes, but no, huh?
Have you ever seen that movie? This is the end.
Yeah,
All right. So for those who haven't, there's a scenario where it's the end of days and God's taking the good
all the
people up to
funniest,
heaven and
yeah,
leaving all the bad ones here on earth, right? While just while it's
all the
being
funniest comedians
destroyed,
for
right?
some reason.
So my question to you is, let's say like we're in the same room, right? And like one of us gets taken up to heaven and one of us doesn't. Are you gonna look at that person a certain way? Like, like, come on, cuz you gonna be mad,
Nah,
like, or you know what I'm saying? You gonna be mad, or like when you cheer it on, like,
nah, hey, yeah, I mean, what I'd have to do is just be like, okay, well, damn, I'd have to look back at my life and be like, yeah, where did I fuck up?
yeah, which instance was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when I strangled that dude, yeah, or when
Um.
I body
wh-
slammed that dude at the
Speaking of
park. Yes.
holidays and movies, one thing I kind of want to jump into. I don't know if
Right.
you've noticed this, but they've been remaking a lot of our past childhood stories into horror films.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
So there's Winnie the Pooh, The Grinch.
Right.
They're even doing Bambi.
I seen that one where the reindeers are fucking psychotic,
Right.
bloodthirsty. Yeah.
So my well, that's not even the question, but are we running out of ideas for movies to where you have to take like these childhood, famous creatures and turn them into these horrific monsters? There's another movie that I saw. It's not even out yet, but there's a trailer for it. It's called Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine beer.
Yeah,
Really?
so the plot is what I think it is. There's this somewhere in the United States somewhere is that there's this crop or this prop plane flying over and the guy's dumping out cocaine, right, to be delivered to their buyer. Somehow this bear comes across it and eats it, and now
Turns.
now he's like a deranged black bear
Mhm.
high off cocaine, but he keeps feeding it though. So now he's just looking for cocaine to use as he continues to kill like these people. I'm sorry, man, but anything can be made right now. Like seriously, you can make anything at this
Yeah,
moment
you
in time.
know what? I think me and Jim was talking about this the other day. I think we're gonna have to be the ones to save movies, but we're gonna write a script and we're gonna sell it to one of these movie people guys and have them put it produce. I know they can't trade. We got to trademark it, so they can't change it up. So it'd be all weird and shit. Where it tries to show your normal nuances in movies and shit. So,
To me, it's just strange, man. So I thought that was pretty funny. Like they're
but
making these movies. Excuse me.
right,
Excuse
bless you, bless you. But I want to say this then that's kind of like that's like some. I gotta go back to this. That's like some cultic shit, though, man. Like okay, snow is supposed to be like I said, pure white.
right.
Pure white, good, and all this shit. That's why at Christmas time, they came out with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and he was a cute ass. The little claymation ones, and nigga, I love those.
And I
But
forgot because that's another movie too that's coming out. Is it Silent Night?
yeah,
Where it's
where
like
Santa Claus
yeah, Santa Claus is
is an
killing
ass
folks.
kicking. He's an ass kicking hombre, going around calling shots and smoking a cigar and drinking
Right.
beer and getting in bar fights. Yeah, man. I mean, let's just you gotta call a spade a spade. It's entertainment. So
These folks are they're getting paid for some bullshit right now. Yeah, I think these companies read this script was like, oh, that's a dope idea. All right, man, here's some money. Go ahead
let's
and make
do
it.
it. We'll just show the other side of Christmas, and then we'll put what they're trying to do is create another side of Christmas. And
Bless you. Bless you.
all right, all right. They're trying to create another side of Christmas that people are gonna start wanting to, you know, see more. Like, and I guess it's already started. That's why they're making all these uh, crazy ass movies of our childhood. The Frosty the Snow. But well, I ain't gonna lie to. I seen Frosty the Snowman. What there's been a couple of them out, but there's one because it was pretty good because he was he came back to life and he was all evil and shit. It was kind of funny and shit. But
So
but
what was the
there already
premise?
been
What was the
there was
premise?
already uh he had it's you guys can look it up. It's called Frosty the Snowman, and and then it has like some weird little title line on it, like Death to Christmas or some shit like that,
Right.
or whatever. But he comes back. He had a spell on him and shit like that. And he's like some crazy ass deranged snowman. They would come to life and kill people and shit. So and that I think that movie was the transition right there because like I said, like it was I watched it and I was like, oh shit, I like it, because it was just cool to watch and shit. And so I'm guessing people are actually, they were actually like saying, oh, you should do Rudolph, you should do Santa Claus, you should do whatever. But one other movie I do like during the holidays was the Krampus one. Yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
shit was
yeah.
creepy as hell. Yeah, because that is even though that's not that's something that's actually like a real living like a not living but like a real legend
Right, right, right,
that
right.
people from old times. So that was hard. So
Well, we'll see how these turn out. Because I
I don't
think
know, man. I
to me,
did
I just think
now.
it's
Now
like
it's
you got to be a sick person to be like, all right, let's make a movie
yeah, that's what I'm
about
saying.
Winnie
Because
the Pooh just on a killing spree. It's like, all right, like what did Pooh do to you? Huh?
right. See, now now I'm gonna just I have to do this because I've been watching shit now and to open my eyes to it because that is some kind of ritualistic shit. Turning these fun-loving childhood people that when we were child they were all fun-loving,
Right.
but now when our children see them today, they're these deranged psychopaths, monsters, going around eating and killing people and shit like that.
Like, yeah, hey, let's gather around the fireplace and watch
Watch,
Rudolph. Let's watch
yeah,
Rudolph. Like, oh wait, this ain't
yeah,
Rudolph. What the hell?
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now this, like, I don't know, man. Just the stuff I got me, I'll be watching, got me thinking it's like ritualistic shit now, because um, you don't, and they're preying on the innocent. It's just shit that makes me think that because it seems like they're preying on the innocent, which are the children, right?
Hmm.
Now we got children doing some crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been bad, right? But now you just like these kids are like doing like shit that you would just like, oh my god.
True. Well, it's kind of funny you brought that up because the last thing I want to talk about really is kind of like society and how things in like the 50s and 60s were kept under wraps but now everyone's comfortable about bringing that to light. You mean I wouldn't say family secrets, but okay, for instance, let's say in the 50s and 60s, right? Let's say if adultery was committed, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of kept in the household and no one really talked about it. Everyone knew what happened, but the family still stayed together. Whereas now, if something like that happens, it's blown up all over TV and being promoted. Where was the paradigm switch? When did that happen? And do you think it was right for that to be kept a secret back then?
Uh, Dang. Um, I think it wasn't. It was. This is what I think. Back then in the 50s and 60s, adultery was more so shunned upon. And people committed it, but it was more so like I think the person, whoever was doing it, like the father figure or whatever, like he made it known that he was doing it. It wasn't really hidden, whatever. It was known that he was doing it.
Right.
Because back then, the value that people valued being, the family, because people stayed together and a lot longer back then, and they were committed to each other a longer back then. But now, I think with our music and I just say this: the music, the shift in the music, we're going from, you know, the beginning of gangster rap. We're just talking about killing people. It's just saying that what it's doing, it can is just going against everything that we, as we was raised as kids to learn from, the older generation. So
Right.
we're trying to X out the older generation's values and bring in these new crazy values to where these kids, don't care about, you know, our old values. So now like you seeing these rap videos where,
Hmm.
women talking about, being married and going under, R. Kelly doing down low and everybody's cheating in these videos. They're making it all cool and shit like that. So um, it's teaching these kids to, that it's okay to do that now. It's okay to live that way. But as parents, what I'm saying, that's what we're trying to combat. So shit, I don't know. It's like I think yeah, I think it was music. Kevin. I think it was music. I think it might have been TV shows. It's entered. I guess it's. I could. I just say. Can I just say the entertainment industry?
True. And I definitely feel that more so where, because now you can watch television shows where you can say, well, first start off saying bitch, right? On TV, like, oh,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, oh, they said bitch. Now they're saying like, oh
Oh,
man, now they're saying shit like, oh, don't be a dick about it. And you're like, wait,
oh yeah, yeah.
it's becoming normal because that's how I really talk in the world. But it's just strange to see that this is it's being broadcasted on television, especially us being at this age compared to us growing up as younger kids where the FCC they
They
wouldn't allow
bleep.
language,
Yeah, they
right? They wouldn't
bleeped
allow that shit.
everything out.
Yeah. If you wanted any type of raunchy or let's say adult content, you had to buy your HBOs, your Cinemaxes,
Hmm.
your Showtimes to hear that type of language. But
Well,
now it's on
that's because
cable
everybody got on
television.
the FCC so much. Like, oh, stop being what is it? Stop being stick in the mud. Stop being old, man. It's 2022. You guys can't be censoring everything. And now, and now we got with this shit. That's why you didn't have. Man, that's a perfect point. That's why you didn't have shit like it's not really like it is back then. You know what I'm saying? Like the FCC did monitor a lot of shit and kept us from a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That
True.
and it didn't corrupt our minds. So now we're seeing how. I mean, as we're seeing
What
how
happens?
actually, yeah, why the FCC was actually good. back in our days, why they censored us from certain things. But you know what?
That makes sense.
It's more controlled now. So like the FCC is controlled. Guess who? I wonder who bought the FCC, because if it's some rich, you know, person that his ideologies are about spreading hate and all that shit, he's gonna let certain things go through. That's
True.
why now you're seeing people shit on TV that's not bleeped out so much.
Which kind of makes sense that you brought that up because back in the day or years ago, you remember watching like Telemundo or
Mm-hmm.
Univision and watching the nightly news and
Right,
how they would show like the graphic scene, right?
right.
We haven't we haven't gotten to that point just yet, but like other countries, they're unfiltered. They show what it really is and they show
They
everything.
show everything. Yep.
But look at how much violence there has been in those terrains in those countries. So now we're getting that same type of visual, and now look how we're
And
acting.
now look how violent we are. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
man.
because you got to think at one point growing up, when you were a kid, you're like, man, America's the greatest place to live. It's safe. Like compared to
Mm-hmm.
other countries, you're like, oh man, this is the best place to live. And like I said, time and time again, after 9/11, it seemed like something switched to where now I'm not saying portraying other nations, but it seems that way. It seems like something happened on that day to where we were affected by it so much, and then they start feeding you all these visuals.
All these visuals of
You're right.
that. Oh, what that also makes you think is, in the movies where they be like, that mind control shit, where
Hmm.
people they sit you in front of a TV screen and they make you watch certain things for hours on top of hours and shit. That's what they're doing to us right now, because they pre-programming us. Some of us have stronger wills, and some of us fall victim to it because we do these heinous things. Because it's all over TV, it's on social media, it's on YouTube. Because it's
That's a
like
great point. Great point.
it's whoever, it's how you react to it, and if you react to it in these crazy ass ways, then you're gonna do these things. That's, oh man.
Because especially that's a great point that you brought up because you got to think about 9/11. That went on for what
That,
three days straight. So it's showing you
yeah,
the same image, and of course, we felt like we were being attacked. So we're all watching the news and seeing that
not
same
just, yeah,
image over and
right,
over for three
not
days
just
straight. Yeah.
not just being attacked, and the people in that building, like, you felt as an American, you felt attacked. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So like, them showing all those visuals and keep drumming it in our heads, we were scared, we felt we wanted revenge. We were, all the shit just kept going through our head, and they kept drumming it in our
Yep.
heads, like, oh,
Because
look at this, devastation, devastation. Because now,
because we were under attack. So they were attacking us as far as
right.
like the media by showing these same thing with COVID. It's the same shit.
Yeah, they're drumming it in people's heads that COVID is bad, COVID is bad, COVID, COVID, COVID. And they're
Well,
showing all
it is
these
bad.
deaths.
I mean, it's a sick,
Right,
it was bad, but I mean,
right. But
that's all
they're
they would
showing
show.
all the deaths. The
Right,
death
right,
toll
right, right.
now is up to 340,000 people. Like,
Yeah,
you be like,
people are
damn,
scared to go outside, shake hands, and they're just scared to interact
people,
because like we don't know who has what and this, that, and the
right.
third.
It's
Yeah,
a separate, maybe that was a separation tactic. The population,
yeah.
like, I don't know, because the world could may be ran by some evil ass people. Like, which is, I mean, it, it,
Possibly. Hey,
I don't know, man.
and
You
we are not the experts. We're just voicing our opinion on this. So,
Yeah, it's
we're the
just
little man. You know what I'm
speculation.
saying? We're the little
It's
people.
speculation, but
But shit, man, it's definitely leave you guys a little bit of something to think about. But it's definitely good talking to you again this week, man. Happy holidays to everybody. Hopefully
right.
you and yours had a great one. But yeah,
I
man,
I just want to, let me do say this, because I was, yeah, this past Thanksgiving was wonderful. I did say I didn't get to tell everybody that I did enjoy it very much. The food was great. Um, and the only reason I said I wanted the ham was because I would like, our leftovers, man. They they got depleted quick. You know what I'm saying? You know how you usually have leftovers for weeks.
Right.
Man, we tore through that shit so quick, man. That shit was so good though, man.
Nigga in
Yeah,
the,
but
nigga in the middle of the night, like, I'm hungry, just walk downstairs and
yeah,
cut off a little piece real quick. You're like, all right.
yeah. That was happening like constantly, like hour on the hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm going getting chunks of turkey. Putting gravy and mashed potatoes in the bowl. That's why I love these time of years, man. You know what I'm saying? When Jen gets to cook these meals and stuff. And I was, and yes, she did. She did her thing in the kitchen, and that's why I'm looking forward to Christmas too.
Yeah, man, Jelly definitely threw down.
Yeah.
And, like you said, this is the only time, because everyone works. Not everyone can come
Right.
home and have a spread for a meal for dinner every night. So this is,
Well,
like you said, this is one of the times where I look forward to it because I know she's gonna make turkey. I
yeah,
know she's gonna make macaroni and cheese.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yams with marshmallows on them, you know what I'm saying? So I already know like what's about to go down.
yeah.
So
Oh man,
that
yeah.
excitement, man.
All that stuff.
Yes, sir. Shit.
Yeah,
I'm about to
super
go
women.
I'm about to go eat some leftovers right now talking about that shit.
Oh man, well, you enjoy that because ours is gone. Yeah, I had my last turkey sandwich today.
No. All right, man. Is there anything else that you want to leave the public off with?
Well, man, I don't know. Just be safe out there. I I guess we can touch on some different things. There's gonna be some things that's been happening in, in this world that we will be touching on, and just wait for our next week in our next week's show.
Yeah, man. Season
Shit is
three,
crazy.
cuz.
Yeah, season
3 years,
three. Yeah,
cuz. It's still it's mind-boggling to think that it was just an idea, but we stay consistent. Yeah, we
we're
took a
just
couple.
thinking through it.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
took
it's
some weeks
still
off,
fun.
man. Yeah, we took some weeks off here and there because we needed to, but yeah, I just like the fact that we can get together and kind of dissect what's going on in the world. Hopefully, a lot more people can understand where we're coming from and not get bored with the jargon. But if they really look deep into what we're saying, it's kind of like we're like decoding what's happening, but in like plain English.
Well,
But yet it's still coded because we really can't say what we want to say. You feel what I'm saying? Like we can,
somewhat.
but we can't.
I I say, I mean, nah, you're right. I'll leave it. I'm gonna just keep it at what you said. You're right. We can't really say a bunch of stuff. So,
Right. And before we leave, real quick, I just want to leave you and the audience with one thing to think about. Okay. I have a
all
question
right.
for everybody. Was NWA a plant? The group NWA?
Oh, you mean a plant? Like, were
Yeah.
they planted in place to corrupt society?
So I want to leave you guys to think about that and think about when NWA came out to to where we are now with music and rapper deaths and shit like that. And we can discuss that next week.
All right, bet.
All right. So once again, thank you guys for listening to Talking About the Hours. We're your hosts, TJ Bay and Aloysius Alan Poe. Talk to y'all next week. If you like it, you like it. If you love it, you love it. We love y'all. Deuce.
Yeah, but we do hope you guys enjoyed it, man.
Oh yeah,
We
most
out.
definitely. All right, y'all. Y'all take care.